I'm wearing my age very well. Everybody says so. But then I've been properly cared for, and I'm of northern stock, which counts for a lot. Wakefield, since you ask. Oh, and I've been on my travels since those days. I'm on my 6th house now. I'm on my 3rd skin too. I was blue horsehair originally, but I'm a bit more plush these days. I'm on my 3rd owner, although you could say she's my 2nd. 'Cause she was a little girl when her mother bought me at auction, and she always thought of me as hers because her sister had that other one, not as good quality as myself. My little girl would lie on me when she was poorly and sit on me when she was well. I've watched her grow and offered my support over the years. Well, it's what you do, isn't it? I'm terribly popular, in that I get a great many compliments from visitors and the like. But I miss the cradling. I don't get that many little ones to cradle. Not these days. How are you travelling, as they say down under, to ask how you are? Me? I'm travelling well, and I'm well travelled. Thoroughly English though I am, my roots are in the Antipodes. The hackney, of which I am a 1/4-sized copy, was designed in Western Australia in 1978 by one John Horton, and thence took part in the Royal Show. I reflect the live event in every way. Precision is everything, you see, everything. Attention to detail is what brings success in the human, the equine, and the artistic worlds. See how Elizabeth and Alan Starley modelled me so carefully. Look at the exquisite rendering of gloves, of hat, of whip, of mane, of flank, of tack. Quality craftsmanship, you see, nothing slapdash, nothing by the by, everything accurate, as it should be, everything right and proper. Giddy up!
Things have changed. Is it any wonder we're angry? Is it any wonder we're on the prowl, looking for something to remind us of the old days? Do you recall the Raj? Were you there? Oh, the glory! We were in a good family. We still are. Don't get us wrong. We're still with the same good family, generations down the line. At least that. The people are still of high quality, but it's just not Bombay. These days, not even Bombay is Bombay. It makes us growl. Oh, to go back, to relive history, and to see Mem Saab again, to see India. What we wouldn't give to smell the petrichor after the monsoon rains, the blooming frangipani on the porch, the cardamom on the breath of the children playing in the dust. Oh, to be warm again, properly warm, to our very core. Oh, that would be a thing. Grrr.
I might not look it, but I'm a child of the 70s. 70s rocked, and so do I. I'm repro, I'm not antique, but I don't care. I'm a class act. I'm a chair that rocks, so much better than a chair that doesn't. Kids love me, kittens love me, everyone loves me. I'm part of the family, part of the furniture. One, count it, yes, one pair of careful owners. 43 years ago they got married and the 3 of us rocked up to their first house together. I was all they had. One bum on me, one on the floor, in turns. And guess what? It was the same with the place they're in now. Got rid of the dross and kept the boss. The 3 of us rocking up together just like the old days. Here's a surprise. I'm going to be refurbed. Shabby chic. But I'll still be me. Count on it. You can take the chair out of the 70s, but you can't take the 70s out of the chair. I'm class. Rocking good news. We are precious. We are mysterious. Have you seen how beautiful we are? Like all beauty, we are fragile too. Yet we made it from the Orient to the Occident, carried with care, given with warmth, received with gratitude. We were taken at first leaving, and it is us that she would rescue from the flames. We are not what we were. We have lost 3 of our sisters, replaced now with 3 of flesh and breath. No one remembers the fullness of our story, lost also in years and distance and translation. No matter, no matter. What we represent now is more, is bigger, is more important. Our story now connects the wide expanses of the world with the cosy comforts of home. We connect the tiniest atoms to the greatest forces there are, life and death and love. Do you believe in magic? You should. In my heyday, I was a concert harp. I played all the major halls, played with the creme de la creme of the classical world. The Welsh are the best players, of course. Look at any major orchestra. The harpists are always Bethan or Myfanwy. The fluidity in their fingers, the way they stroke my strings, oh, they make me sing my heart out. Now that is magic. My owner was a beautiful player until something struck her down, stole her musicianship. I thought my life was over, thought I'd go to some provincial miss to have a parade of sticky young thumbs carelessly twanging my notes. But no, I was taken to a home where a young girl named me Leonora. It suits me, I think. She understood. The whole family understood. Fate brought them a teacher, and we learned a new life through playing old tunes. Together. I miss the audiences, the applause, of course I do, but I'm happy in my new home. They're Welsh, you see. Magic. Yeah, I'm all about freedom. She calls me unleashed. She, the one I was bought for, not given to, but bought because I embody her spirit. Her spirit when she was young. She's grown now. She is the one with the freedom of living. Me, I will be young and beautiful forever. My reward for being the paradox of a free spirit trapped in a static form. I may look flighty, but I have depth. I have knowledge. I have history. I am a link, a solid link to a special love that can't be refreshed, only remembered. Invisible, like a spirit. You know how it is when someone doesn't laugh at you when you have a crazy idea? Say you want to build a gravestone for a tooth that fell out, and that person doesn't dismiss it out of hand. They help you do it. That's special. Knowing that someone gets you, that someone will love you regardless, whatever you do. That's real freedom. It was virtually midnight in the virtual museum. The exhibits were sleeping, dreaming their dreams, reliving past glories, revisiting memories, answering deep yearnings with the balm of the subconscious.
What the heart longs for rises like the mist in the darkness of the night. This was their first night together, this newly assembled collection. Disparate and random though they were, between them they linked centuries and continents, continents and centuries. There were only a few more minutes to wait before the hour of awakening. Then they would have just one enchanted hour to make contact, to share their stories, before the stasis of existence entrapped them once more. The 12th strike rings out there in the world, and here in this limbo between real and imagined, the exhibits exhibit some signs of life. A melee, a melange of unspoken voices, of audible thoughts. Where are we? Who are we? What is this place? Movement becomes possible, and in remarkable ways. Being over here and over there at the same time. Not having to leave one spot in order to occupy another. Layers of everyone in every direction, present but absent, transparent and opaque. It's very difficult to understand. None of the objects have ever experienced anything like this before. Okay, hold on. Can everyone just really focus on the edges for a minute, please? Maybe if we concentrate very hard on our outlines, we'll be able to make some sense of one another. This is freedom too. She is much more in touch with the spiritual realm than some of the others, though this new modus vivendi is unlike anything she's previously encountered. Whee! The 7 wooden horses are enjoying merging with each other. So this is what it's like on the atomic level. Please. A stern instruction from the direction of the show wagon, followed by growls from the bowels of the tigers, and some semblance of order is restored. Pixels are now properly arranged. Individuals are now visible to each other. A thorough sizing up takes place, a taking of stock, everyone making silent and baseless assumptions about everyone else. Some are shyer than others, and some give more away. Then a suggestion from the harp. Yes, hello everyone. My name is Leonora. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn. It's just that, as part of an orchestra, I have some experience of working collaboratively with groups of individuals to produce a harmonious outcome for all. She is given respectful attention. It seems that we are in a rather unreal reality, but we are all here together, so I think it would be beneficial for us to find out a little more about one another. We all seem to have some sort of descriptive label. That seems like a good starting point, doesn't it? They are able to read one another's labels without having to move. They can just look in the right direction and the words come swooshing in front of them. The same words that you yourself may have read in the virtual museum. There is nodding and tilting of heads, or the equivalent. There are hmms and I sees, a little growling and clopping of hooves, a little sighing and vibrating of strings, until everyone has read about everyone else. The wagon speaks first. Well, that goes some way to explaining
who we are, but we're no wiser as to where we are or why. The horses have an interesting way of communicating, speaking not all at once exactly, but not one at a time either. We seem to be nowhere but somewhere but everywhere all at once. Or at least with the potential to be in more than one place at the same time, pitches in Freedom too. Perhaps we're dreaming. This from the rocking chair. Or being dreamt, the blue settee's first words. Trust the furniture to know about sleep and dreaming. Thus far the tigers have only growled, but now they speak up. If it's a dream, can we dream ourselves back to India? Why do you want to go there? Asks the settee. We're homesick and cold, mostly cold. Homesick and cold. Well, I can help with that. I'm lovely and warm. Get yourselves over here and snuggle yourselves into my cushions. I can cradle you like I used to do the bairns back in the old days. I'll enjoy that, and you'll soon be nice and toasty warm. You were there? In the old days? Asked the tigers. Oh, yes, but not in India, in Yorkshire. I can tell you all about it. Come on, nuzzle in and let's swap stories. And there they are. The bronze tigers are cradled in the cushions of the blue settee, and they've stopped growling. They are purring like kittens as the settee sings a lullaby. Well, I'm rather pleased they're out of harm's way. I didn't want them startling my horse. I imagine they put you rather on edge too, didn't they, darlings? The show wagon is addressing the wooden horses. They ignore the question. It matters not to them. They have something more important on their minds. Isn't your horse lonely? Well, we horses, we need to be together. A horse needs to be in a herd. And yours is so handsome, so fine in its livery. Well, come along. Come over and say hello, or whatever it is you say in horse. We want to, but we are frightened. We are fragile. We have already lost 3 sisters, and we daren't risk any others of us coming to harm. We long to come and visit, but we are too scared. Ah, well, the thing about accidents is that they happen when things are carried out in a slapdash manner. Nothing about me is slapdash. Precision and accuracy is everything. Trust me. Come one at a time, and we'll place you in perfectly safe positions where you may commune with my steed, securely out of the way of danger. We thank you. We are most appreciative of your attention to detail. And there they are, the 7 wooden horses, positioned with exactitude around the show wagon, clopping their little hooves with admiration of its splendour, and safe in the knowledge that they are watched over attentively as they bond with one of their own kind. So, Leonora, begins the rocking chair, is it only classical music that you play? Why, no, I have a broad repertoire. Sweet! Have you got anything from the 70s in your songbook? 'Cause I fancy rocking out. The harp is uncharacteristically hesitant, not her usual mellifluent self. I would love to satisfy your request, really I would, but I don't know any rock and roll. I wouldn't know where to start. Oh, shame. I could have had a bit of fun. I know you'd like Tom Jones, and I'm a very appreciative audience. Excuse me. An interjection from Freedom too. I have an idea. The other two hang on her every word as if they are spoken by angels. How would it be if I were to dance and you, Leonora, were to play along, improvising to my movements, as it were? And then you, dear chair, would in turn be able to rock along to the music that Leonora creates. They agree that this is a marvellous idea. And there they are, a dancing girl, a singing harp, and a rocking chair, tune after tune, punctuated with grateful acclamation both for the musician and for the sheer joy of a pleasure shared. And there they all are, the residents of the Living Room Virtual Museum, as their hour approaches its end, not quite making each other's dreams come true, but going some way to ease the trials and tribulations of existence, simply by trying to do so.